Hey guys, what is up? It is Jim here. Today I have a new gun for you guys, and this is another custom gun. This is essentially a 50 Action Express sniper rifle. This is of course a custom gun, as I said. This was just something I wanted to make. I've thought about doing it for a long time because, you know, you have the normal 50 caliber that's used in the Barrett sniper rifles, etc. Then you have the 50 caliber that's in the Desert Eagle. I thought, why not just make both of those things into one and essentially just have a kind of carbine-sized sniper rifle with 50 caliber but Action Express. So yeah, let's just start going over it. Here we have the stock, which is a M4 style stock, as you can tell. It does actually fold with the use of a button, so it doesn't really attach to anything here, it just kind of hangs on the side. It is a bit unstable because it's very heavy, of course. Then it can just go right into its locking slot like that. Kind of wobbles up and down, but that's to be expected. It is also extending, so you just pull this lever and then it extends out, automatically locks in because of the external rubber band. Here we have the grip, which is pretty large, considering of course it needs to house the 50 Action Express, but also because it needs to have space for the magazine release here. So as you can see, it's not a normal push button. It is a lot easier to reach a lever here than a button up here, so that's the reason why it's like that. This was actually pretty fun to design. It's been a while since I've designed some mag release like this, so the challenge mainly is just to make it compact but also have a rubber band attached, so it's just attached to a stud on the inside somewhere in the grip. We have a few ridges on the grip, a few logos on the sides as well, just for decoration. Here's the magazine, which has a little slit running through it, kind of like the Desert Eagle's magazine does, and a pretty large drop plate. Then of course the bullet on top, which is a bit smaller than it should be, but that's okay. So the magazine just goes into the grip like so. Here we have some finger grooves just to make it comfortable to hold onto for long periods of time. We have the trigger guard and the trigger, which does not actually have a safety on here, but it does have a safety up here, so it prevents you from cocking the hammer. We may as well talk about the bolt. The bolt handle is on this side just because it is a lot easier to keep holding the gun with your right hand than having to hold it like this and having to bolt it, because there's a lot of weight in the back with the magazine, grip, and the stock. So it is much easier to just grab it from the left hand, like so. So the shell ejection port is naturally on the other side. So I did actually have a kind of bullet that would go in the chamber, but I don't know where it's gone, so just imagine that you can chamber it, because it's possible. We have a sight on top here. There's supposed to be a rail as well, and a scope, but I didn't end up actually making the scope. I didn't have time to do that. So the sights sit very high because of the low stock. It's almost in streamline with the whole gun, so then of course the sights have to be taller, but it will also make it easier to shoot at longer distances. So they just flip up and down. The rear one is adjustable, as you can see with a few knobs here. Here we have the handguard, which has some nice side panels just to make some nice angles. It's not too comfortable on the bottom here because I didn't use any actual slopes, but it is still pretty comfortable because it has nice angles that fits ergonomically in the hand. Here we have a bipod mount. Of course I made no bipod since there's no bipod on there, but it was supposed to attach. Then it would kind of extend out to the front of the muzzle, and then it would have had some extending legs, of course, so it wouldn't stick out in the front and just get blown off. So the barrel was supposed to be removable just because it's so long, so it would make it possible to store this thing. But of course I ended up forgetting to do that, so it's just static, but just imagine it's removable. Here we have the big ass muzzle brake, which is of course because of its caliber. I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing really more to cover. I do want to apologize that I haven't made any requested guns recently. I just haven't had the time or the inspiration at all, actually, to make any guns. So hopefully the inspiration will come back and I'll do something else than a custom gun. But time will tell. See if I can find something I want to make. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys. Goodbye.